I've gone to pharmacies before and picked up prescriptions for loved ones. So that's where things are a little fuzzy for me. I've literally walked into a pharmacy and said, hey, I'm here to pick up a prescription for so-and-so. They hand it to me, I sign. How is that not a HIPAA violation?
It is a violation. They're supposed to check for ID. You're supposed to pick up your own prescription. If you're having someone else pick it up, you're supposed to have...
Well, the problem is a lot of times people are too sick to pick up their own prescriptions, so that's why we always have loved ones or even friends. And so that's, as I thought through this case, I thought there are HIPAA violations occurring every day at every pharmacy.
And I think once, you know, pharmacies start paying a price for this and being sued and paying fines, then they're going to enforce, you know, they're going to be more careful about their compliance with the law.
So someone would then have to, if you wanted to pick up a prescription for someone else, they would have to give the okay for it.
Absolutely.
And they're then giving,
I've had pharmacists, and maybe they've had bad experiences or been fined because this is a federal law. They face serious fines, like you said, where they've required someone to write a note in my family. Like, I'm picking it up, and my husband and I have different last names professionally, and I've had to have him write a note. It's okay for her to pick up my script. And so I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
We assume that every relationship out there is a happy one between husband and wife, and sometimes probably presume too much so that we're free sharing information. I will say, as doctors, we're so in tune with HIPAA that less is always more. I'm very strict on that, but it moves beyond the hospital, it moves beyond the clinic. It's happening in pharmacies across the country, and
and marriage is not an exception to HIPAA. I mean, it doesn't matter how close you are with someone.
So is the only scenario where it's okay is obviously if it's a minor and you are the legal guardian or parent?
There's, you know, if there's a fugitive on the run, if there's a crime afoot, if there's a court order, a subpoena, domestic violence, very compelling exceptions, or if you sign a release and waive your privacy rights.
I mean, Sarah, is it just professionals that are held to this standard, or even a lay person? If I talk about somebody's STD or something like that to somebody else in a non-professional setting, is that a HIPAA violation?
It depends on how you came in contact with that information. If you come into contact with that information because you have had a professional relationship with the patient, I've seen it happen with even massage therapists. You know, people that are not necessarily, you know, as professional as you in the sense of their academics and their degree, but it's still, they're considered a medical provider under this law. It's very broad in terms of the application to the entity or the individual. And so if you're considered a medical provider under the law, which pretty much everyone is, and you give out private health information without a waiver, without any of those exceptions being in place, then you're liable and you're fined.
Yeah, it is something that we all should be aware of, because so many of us in one way, shape, or form engage in providing health care to others, and I think being aware of this, Sarah, this is fascinating. I think the results of this case will probably set a big precedent.
Absolutely.
And the way we pick up our prescription medicines is probably going to change.
I agree.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We reached out to CVS, who gave us the following statement. CVS Pharmacy does not comment on pending claims or litigation. We have policies and procedures in place to ensure that we provide medications to the correct patient. We also place the highest priority on protecting the privacy of those we serve, and we take our responsibility to safeguard confidential information very seriously. Sarah, thanks once again.